Testing, testing. Yeah, this is Blue Freight Logistics, and this is going to be the initial meeting, the initial board meeting for Blue Freight Logistics, a Delaware corporation. And I am the primary share owner. I own all the shares for value that I've provided to the company, services, and for financial monies. So, I nominate myself to be the board member, the only board member, the Lawrence Charles Blue, and as the majority owners of the shares, I vote for myself to be on the board. Now, that closes that business. I am the primary share owner, the majority share owner, and I am now a board member. Now, as a board member, I nominate myself to be president and treasurer. The other positions are vacant at the moment. We're looking for qualified people to come on board to fill those positions, but they are vacant. I will be acting as the secretary also until such time as I can find somebody. So as board member, I provide the approval for myself to act as the secretary, the treasurer, and president until such time as um, the board thinks otherwise. Now, we also are bringing, now I'm bringing as president forward a motion to to get permission to open a bank account. And this motion passes because I'm the only board member. I vote for it so that Blue Freight Logistics has the permission of the board to open a bank account. So to summarize what has gone on, Blue Freight Logistics, a Delaware corporation that is only owned by the primary share owner, the Lawrence Blue. There's no other share owners. The Lawrence Charles Blue, I own all the shares. Has a board member, the Lawrence Charles Blue, who has accepted the position of president, treasurer, and secretary. And the corporation also has brought forward a motion to open a bank account. This is a Delaware corporation within the state of Delaware, so that we can have a bank account, a checking account, just to pay bills, to do businesses that we need to do in the name of the organization, Blue Freight Logistics. Now, there are 1,500 shares that are authorized, and that pretty much summarizes everything. The entity exists to transact business as a freight brokerage agent. As president, we are currently applying for a employee identification number. Once that number is provided, we will come forward, because we need that to open a bank account. We will come forward to present that number, and so that it could be within the records of the corporation, and we will be able to use that number to open the bank account. Now, in terms of anything else that we have to do, we are bringing forth a motion for permission from the board so that Blue Freight Logistics can become a subchapter S corporation. Because we meet the requirements of the law in that we only have one share owner. There's no sense for us to have a double taxation. We want to have only one taxation, be a pass-through entity. So once we have our employee identification number, we have our bank account and everything, within the 75-day period, we will be applying for a subchapter S certification from the IRS. And this motion has been presented to the board, and as the board, a majority of the board, myself, approved this motion for the subchapter S certification, and that moves forward. So we have the subchapter S, the employee identification number, we have the president, which is myself, we have the treasurer, which is myself, we have the secretary, which is myself. So all of these things have been presented to the board, and the board accepts and approves. We have 1,500 shares authorized, and these shares are provided to myself for services provided and for funds that have been provided, the organizational funds and any other funds that may come, which will come before the board. So far we've spent approximately $312 to pay for the incorporation services, and that's the only amount of money that has been spent. Anything else will be presented before the board. So that basically concludes all of the business for Blue Freight Logistics. All of these items will be documented and maintained within the corporate records, along with this video, which will be in a public realm. Thank you, and I sign off.